It's Neca's real talk from a real place. It's Neca's real talk from a real place. What's up, my good people? Woo, 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 woo. This is the season finale of season three. Woo! So I'm excited about that. So looking forward to podcast season 4. It's coming up. It's coming up. Hot topics. Hope y'all chiming in. I hope y'all sharing. Like y'all caring. Not that other Karen though. But yeah, I hope you share like you care. Because you care about your girl Neca. What's up? All right, so today's topic is talking about getting rich and seeing the fruit of your labor. Like, I'm trying to get to that boss status. What Rick Ross say? You the boss. Won't. You the boss man. That's what I'm talking about. Getting to that boss status. I ain't fully rich yet, but hey, I'm gonna say I'm rich in Jesus right now, cause that holds some weight. But I am looking forward to the fruit of my labors. Like seriously, this is good, because a lot of times people just they look at riches and they just say, hey, um, it's this, and that. But see, a lot of times what God does, he prepares us for those things, right? Because eventually we know that we'll get to that stage, but it's preparation that really helps because you don't want to get out there and be a rich fool, okay? That's one thing. And so that's why I thank God for, preparation. Because if we're not preparing ourselves for those things, baby, we're going to look like a whole fool. Them, because I'm going to tell you, some of these billionaires be looking crazy. And it is what it is, but, you still got to keep it going because you just don't want to look crazy at the end of the day because people pay attention to that stuff. I mean, it really have. But promotion before we get fully into the topic. This was given to me. It's called Exceptional Because You Are. Okay, this stuff smells so good. Like when I smelled it, I was like, woo! And then the other thing is, just even looking at the whole situation, it's like, wow, this is it's good. It's exceptional because you are. And when you smell it, you be like, I'm exceptional, okay? And this is something else that I love. I love horses. So my daughter made a pottery horse for me, and I think she called him Lucky or something, but he my horse, so I don't know. I call him Spotty Too Hotty. But this is so cute. My daughter Brooklyn, she made that for me. That's so amazing. Of course, you all know Journey to Victory, the purple book, okay? A purple book to save your life. So when you look at this purple book, it's not your original purple book that you will see. Okay? This is not your regular degler, okay? But Journal to Victory, like it says, a journal to help with overcoming your past, your failures, and your fears. I want people to understand that you can get past your traumas. You ain't got to stay there. I know a lot of times we do deal with things and we feel like we're stuck, but baby, you can come up out of that. Journal to Victory. And then Black Girls Are Pretty Sweet Dreams. Okay. Me and my daughter is the author of this book. It's not just for black little girls. It's about women, because we say black girl rock. Okay, so basically the concept of this book is saying black girls are pretty sweet dream. It's just talking about black women, black girls, whoever. I want you to be inspired to know that you rock. You're sweet. You're a sweetie. You're sweetie pies. Okay, so like I said, it can build up a young man. If you read it to your little boys, you can tell them about the importance of black girls and black women so they can respect them at that fact. Because this is not just talking about future, it's talking about past, present, and future black women who have paved the way, honey. I even got Michelle Obama in here, baby. Come through, okay? All that. All right, so I just want to promote being an African American. A lot of times we have not always lived in a walk in the park. So I want to promote people to love who you are, accept who you are, and continue to be just that, okay? So that's that. And as you see, I got on this extra shirt, okay? Because April Diamond's girl in the tourist world, okay? Neca the 425. Now, when Charisma made the shirt for me, I know she was like, really? That she doing too much. I already know she did, but you know, she gets me right. But this is just me as a whole. I was born in April. Um, of course, that is the diamond. Okay, y'all walk around here. Diamonds are forever because they are. Okay. So I want to put that out there. But I am excited today. Just like I said, the topic we're talking about, getting rich and seeing the fruit of your labor, because boom, it's so many people don't understand your preparation, and a lot of times that's why when you see people go hard in the paint, when you see people grinding and hustling and they really trying to get to that status and they get there, it was like, wow, I made it, I arrived. But see, that's not just it. So when you get there, what are you going to do with it? What are you going to do with it? What are the fruits that you are producing? Okay, that's very important. You need to know what you're producing, because baby, I'm gonna tell you, a lot of times people are rich and they cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. And I ain't gonna talk about nobody in particular, because a lot of them I love. Like I said, I love when I see our people strive. I love when I see our people growing. I love when our people are doing an amazing thing. And that's just not for our people. I love to see anybody that's doing amazing on purpose. Okay? That's very important to me. But you can't walk in folly when you're trying to get to that level of life, okay? Because if you talk, we're talking about boss status, we're talking about CEO status, we're talking about executive status, okay? We ain't talking about no little status. So that takes preparation. It takes time to get there. And to actually see it is, like I said, prepare yourself for where you're going, so when you get there, you know what to do. Boom, nugget. Did you catch it? I hope you did. Because that's the thing in life. If we're just continuing to um, walk as though we did before we got to that status, what are we doing? So the fruits in the Bible, it's literally a parable talking about the fruit, when the tree was cursed, okay, because it wasn't producing, okay. So when you are producing, okay, that's that grind, that's that hustle, that's you trying to get to that point, right? That rich life status, right? But in the midst of trying to get to that, what are you going to do when you get there? Okay, what are some of your goals? What are some of your plans? Okay, not just, oh, I'm out here balling, shot calling. Okay, that's good, that's wonderful. What is your fruit? What are you producing? Because see, the thing is, when you get to that status, it's not about just saying, okay, I'm stuck right here, okay, I've arrived, because you haven't arrived. You have not arrived yet. I don't know what word I was about to say, but baby, I had to think about it. You have not arrived yet, even when you think you arrived. Even when you think you made it to that status. Even when you think you at that stature that, hey, I'm doing this thing. I mean, that's all fine and dandy, but what are you doing? So the fruits, when we talk about fruits, we're talking about, what are we producing? Are we producing good soil? Or are we producing dirt that you basically just gonna like kick and keep going, kick rocks, basically? So I think that's the thing with society. Like we got our wires crossed. What does rich look like? What should we do when we get there? Okay? How are we gonna keep it? How are we gonna maintain it? Okay? And it's going beyond that credit score, okay? So I mean, having a great credit score is amazing. But your character. So my pastor says this quote a lot. Pastor Hannah, he says, you gotta make sure that your character doesn't you don't get to that place where your character basically is not ready for where you're going, so to speak. He said something like that. Something along those lines. It might not be directly quoted, but So we can get somewhere and not be prepared. And your character will mess it all up. That's why you see so many times you see people like, oh, it's time to cancel them. Like these superstars, they get up there, oh, it's time to cancel them. He doing something crazy. They doing this. I mean, I see it all the time. People get canceled. People be done. They lose jobs. They do. I mean, you can't depend on that. I mean, it's good to live a rich lifestyle, I'm sure. I mean, I pretend like I'm rich right now sometimes, but when them bills get a little bit too much, I'm gonna play it off like, oh yeah, not there yet. But I try to live a comfortable life, of course. But I'm preparing myself. So when I get to that, you did. When I get there, then I can definitely be like, oh wow, look at God. But I still got work to do, even when I get there. Okay? I got work to do. That's why now I work on my character, because I want my character to be intact. I don't want people to be like, that's a rich fool. Okay? Because a lot of people say it to a lot of people. A lot of people go through a lot of different things. But I don't want to be observed as a rich fool. Okay? All right. Because sometimes we don't know exactly all the things that we need to do in this life. I'm telling you, we don't know, like, there's some things that we have to, and that's why we ask God, Lord, what is it you want me to do? What do you want me to do? Because that's very important. That's very key when we're doing what he asks us to do, so that we are doing and bearing those fruits. Because I'm telling you, and like I said, the fruit is continue to produce, continue to move forward. That is the fruits, okay? Continuing, making sure that you have generational wealth set up for your children and your children and your children. And it goes on and on and on, okay? With the Jetsons and when they flying in the sky, all that stuff, to that point, to that level, because I really think that we don't take in consideration where we're going and when we get there. And I'm going to tell you this too. You got to cut off some ties. You got to cut some people, because everybody can't go where you're going. Everybody can't be a part of that. Y'all see, I just be, I have to make sure I'm on point. If I see my hand ashy, I'm going to go ahead and spruce it up. But everybody can't go with you. So that's the part of the preparation. That prep step. Take that prep step to make sure that you're doing what you need to do. Because I'm going to tell you, everybody that you think need to go with you don't need to go with you. And everybody who didn't believe in you, baby, let them keep on seeing what you doing. Because I know it's a lot of people that I am one of those people. I support people. When I say my support, my love for people, my devotion to people, baby, that's me. If I see somebody doing great, I'm be like, hey, get it. I've never been a player hater in my life. Okay? But I always promote, always speak well of people, always give praises when they're due, because that's who I am as a person. Now, 9 times out of 10, do I always receive that? No, I don't. Do I always see people be like, okay, this, that, and the other? I mean, God put people in your life that, belong there, okay? So, you got the season, the reason, and lifetimers. And when we see what we see, we know what we know. But see, this is what I don't like. Those people who didn't believe, then when they see you blow up your weight, being great on purpose, then they want to be like, oh, she doing something. Hey, girl. Get away. Back up off me, boo. We don't rock like that. Did you say that I could make it here? Did you say I believe I could fly? I don't remember that. So that is what life is all about. So you have to make sure your space is knitted with those and woven with those who really care. You see how those fingers lock together? That is the people that really, really believe in you. Though that's for the people that really, really know that you are going to be amazing on purpose. Okay. And you have to, like I said, get into those fruits. That's not just fruit for you. Seeing those fruits is not just for you. Again, it's generational. We want to make sure that we are setting things up for our children and our children, children, and our children, children, and all them peoples down there. All them future peoples. Okay, we want to. I see a little country came in. All the peoples now. It is so crazy how I have never been to Mississippi a day in my life. My family is rooted from Mississippi, baby. And when I tell you, you would think I lived down there at some point in my life because, baby, that country dialect just come on through. I'd be like, "How, Sway?" but, but yeah, like I said, setting things up for your future is really, really, really key because we ain't got to worry about the past. We don't, I mean, currently now we're going to push to get to that. But the fruit is basically you setting things up for your family, for you, for people that's connected to you, that belongs in your circle, that's a part of what God is doing. And so we have to make sure at all times we are doing just that. Like I said, when we look at superstars who arrive or arisen, arisen, arrived, whatever, that have arrived to a state where they feel like, okay, I'm here. But okay, you there. Are you giving back to the community? Are you giving back to others? Are you trying to promote and sow into somebody else? Because that's the main thing for me. And it's very key in my life. No matter what stature I'm at, no matter what status I am, rich, poor, whatever, I want to make sure I'm giving to somebody. I want to make sure that I'm helping somebody else. Because the thing is, people think when they are rich or whatever the case may be, they feel like it's just their money and that's it. But see, God give you that money for a reason. He don't give it for you just give it to you just so that you can be like, I'm balling shot calling. It's for you to help others. Okay? If you know, if I arrive to that level, and like I'm rich.com, like I'm that six-figure chick, and I'm doing my thing, like, yeah, that's beautiful, right? Um, but okay, is it just for me to just walk around talking about some? I get it, I get it, I get it, I get it. No, it's not for that. It's for me to see how I can help somebody else. Seeing how my goal has always been like I really focus on I got to get back to my plan, but one of my plans is to open up a homeless shelter for families. And the reason why is because I remember, like, always, like, when you go to a shelter, you always see the women and the children, okay? But what if that woman is married and they want to be together as a family as a whole, as opposed to, trying to figure out some other things? So that was just one of the things that, I noticed. I forgot my little mic. I ain't even talking to my little mic. Mic turned the other way the whole time. What's going on today? I peeped that. Like, wait a minute, that's turned around. What is going on here? But so that was one of my goals to um open up a homeless shelter for families. Cause I want to get back. I don't want to be rich and just be like, oh, I got money. Like I'm throwing it around like it's a strip club. Like that's not my purpose. You know what I'm saying? Like my purpose and my mission is to make sure that I can help others. Why do I want to help families? Because I've been in situations where we lived in a shelter, Mama did all she could do, but it's just one of those times that we have to do that. Now, did I hate it? Yes, I hated it with a passion. Oh my goodness. I hated staying in the shelter as a kid. Oh my goodness, baby. They tell you to come in because I was one of them fast little girls. Like, I want to be outside kicking it. Just kick it. Baby, I thought I was on my escape stuff all the time. So them people say, you got to come in the house at 7 o'clock. 7 o'clock? This ain't no Usher video. I want to go outside. But anyway, that's really why I really want to help families, because I know being in those situations, being a little girl, whether it be a little boy, whoever, it's just not an easy experience to go through. When your family has to go and receive help because they're not strong enough, and like the Bible talks about, let the strong bear the infirmity of the weak. Wait a minute, did I say that right? Let the strong bear something for the weak. Anyways, I be like, baby, I'm cutting up today. But basically what the scripture is saying, carry those who are weak. So if I feel like me carrying families that are feeling hopeless and feeling like they can't make it and they don't have anybody, I want that to be my shelter. I want them to come there and feel like it's home and not feel like, I know this is temporary, but I wanted help so you can feel at home, so you can feel love, you can feel like somebody cares for you. So that is one of my baby projects that I want to do, and I am working towards that. I am definitely working towards that. I know I have a lot of stuff going on all the time, but that is one of the things that I definitely want to be like, nailed it, did that, okay, you know. And again, it's all about me having a heart for people who are struggling. Um, Whether it be in the communities, if it's something that you can do for children, whether it's like invest in them in schools or whatever the case may be. I just want to be a servant. I just want to give back. I just want to make sure that I'm able to help others. And I do that all the time. Now, don't get me wrong. I help people now. But let me tell you something about people. People could be something else. Cause you got those people that say, "Oh, can I borrow this? I'm gonna give it back," and you never see it or you never see them again. You know, I don't live my life like that. I don't want to live my life where I'm bargaining and betting on somebody. I want to live a rich life. I want to be a billionaire. And that's one of my goals, to be a billionaire. So I could be like, yes, honey, mimosas, whatever. But also putting in work. Okay. So like I said, prepare yourself for where you're trying to go. Because if you're not prepared, when you get there, you crash and burn really fast. Um, and you're not going to be able to enjoy the fruit of your labor. The fruit of your labor is you putting in that time, you putting in that hustle, you putting in that grind time. Like, baby, it's grind time. Let's get it, let's get it, let's get it. That's the fruit. And living to see that is what life is all about. Living to see what you have been doing, what you have been investing in yourself, investing in your future, investing in what you want to see. But if we continue to not have plans and we just think that we're gonna go, so I hear a lot of people sometimes saying, well, it ain't came to me yet. Well, that's the thing. You have to believe in what you're doing. You have to believe in what you're investing in. What are you investing in? Yourself. How you gonna get to boss status? You got to keep grinding. You can't just think that it's gonna come to you like, oh yeah, I got it. Boom, I got it. I arrived. That is not what this is about. You have to invest in you. You want to get to boss status, invest in you. And yes, I am one of those people that sometimes, even in this run, I get discouraged. But guess what? I get back on my A game. You know why? Because there's so many people waiting on me, so many people depending on me to be amazing on purpose. You're not just sitting here doing this because you have breath in your body. You're doing this because God assigned you to do some things. So bossing up is not just about, oh, I got a 6-figure, 7-figure, 8-figure, 9-figure. It's about you investing in what you need to do. And that's others. I'm telling you, charity is love. Love is charity. God is love. God is charity. That's what God does. And I just want people to understand that, yeah, you can get up there. You can have those digits and everything. What you gonna do with it though, baby? You gonna just sit there and walk around talking about, yeah, I'm getting money. Because that's what a lot of Negroids like to do. I'm getting money. I'm over here. Bob, 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 bob. Let me get on social media and post it. Yeah. Boom, boom. For what? You doing all that just to make a post? You doing all that to make yourself look a certain type of way? Like, I'm confused. So, I think that when people do what they're called, but not forgetting why they're called there, okay? You have to figure out what is your purpose, how you're going to get there, and when you get there, how you're going to help others. I mean, that in itself is like, boom. That's the preparation. Prepare yourself for where you want to go. And never give up on yourself on your way there. Because I rest assured, the moment you give up, the moment all those plans and all those future things that God had planned for you will start crumbling because you weren't on your assignment. Knowing your assignment is very purposeful for you, but knowing your assignment is going to be something that you can do to invest into others. So, that's all I got to say today. This is the finale, baby. Season 3, like, ooh, 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 I'm gone. So, I just really want y'all to reflect on hustling, grinding, getting to that status, living to see the fruit for your children and your children and you. And I want you to know that what you're doing is not just for yourself. When it seems like it's getting hard and it's too much for you, guess what? That's because it probably is. And that's when the enemy really attacks. He really attacks when he know that you have purpose. And baby, when I tell you I've been under fire, even to get this message out to you, I've been under fire these last couple of weeks. But I knew it was something that God wanted me to say to his people. So I'm here. I am going to continue to do this. I ain't gonna let no what the old folks say, let no slew-footed, ugly, bald-headed, gum chewing, no teeth devil stop me. Because God has called me. And baby, when God has called you and appointed you, he got your back. You got backup. Don't think that you're doing this on your own. Don't feel like you want to give up. Don't give up, please. For me, don't give up. So, like I said, it's been amazing. Walking for God and doing what he called me to do. But baby, I'm trying to live that life, that millionaire, billionaire, trillionaire status, okay? But I want to see the fruits of my labor. And how I do that is preparing myself now to get there so I can do my Miss America ways. Hey, how y'all doing? Yes, I'm here, honey. I'm here to help. I'm here. Okay. Hey, what's up? Y'all see me. Okay. All right now. But I love y'all. Continue to be amazing on purpose. Continue to do what God has called you. Whatever your passion is, don't let your passion just dwindle down to not being a passion anymore. But work on it, invest in it, and make sure you see the fruit of it. Because it's going to all work out in the end. I love y'all. Y'all amazing people. And as always, love, peace, and just let your soul go, soul glow. Woo! All right. I'm out.